Hello and one and all, and welcome back to yet another movie review. And this time I shall be reviewing one of the Expendables films. It's one that I consider to be the only good one, and that shall be the Expendables 2, which is directed by Simon West. The first film was directed by Sylvester Stallone himself. This film, of course, stars him along with Jason Statham, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Dolph Lundgren, uh, Jean-Claude Van Damme. You have Chuck Norris as well in this movie, and Jet Li. And guys, this will contain spoilers, so you've been warned. So whenever I first watched the first Expendables movie, I was not really a fan of it, to be honest with you. I just felt like it had a tone that was all over the place. It just didn't feel completely in focus. But with Expendables 2, it completely changes that and feels like the exact tone what an Expendables film should be. And if you're an action movie lover like me, it's my favorite genre. Um, Basically, what it is, it's basically you bring a whole bunch of action stars from the 80s, the 90s, and possibly the 2000s if you like Jason Statham, and they all sort of collaborate together to be this kind of Avengers type of team known as the Expendables. Um, so the first and the third one ain't good. The only thing I remember is Mel Gibson in the third one, who was a good villain. That was it, really. But with this film, it's the least forgettable, and yet it's got so much goodness in this movie. And the opening scene alone is completely badass. It's just a whole bunch of action going on. You know, it's just pure action. There's it's just explosions and just it's all. And what's also better in this film than the first film is that I really like how it is completely a wide shot. There are no shaky cam. At times there are quick cuts here and there, but you can still clearly see what is going on. There aren't too many close-ups, there are wide shots. Something what the first film didn't really have, I'm afraid. And you've got some good characters in there. You have Sylvester Stallone as Barney Ross, who's the main sort of leader of the group. He directed Rocky 2, 3, 4, and 6, or Rocky Balboa, and the 2008 Rambo film. There are sequels pretty much, you know, and there are good movies. I enjoyed all five of them. But I think when it comes to sequels, I think he's truly better at doing sequels rather than doing a first film, something that I don't think got very well. And yet, the first one, again, take itself way too seriously. And hey, no disrespect to anyone who likes that movie. That's totally fine. I mean, I totally get it. I want to like it. I really do. But with the second film, it has the exact tone that I want it to be, and more importantly, the second film is so self-aware, which is something what an action movie needs. Then, of course, you have Jason Statham. He of course still uses his English accent all the time, except for one of his movies that he made. Um, but but if you love Transporter 1 and 2 like I do, I think those two films are very fun. And also The Italian Job and Safe. I like a bit of Jason Statham, but in here he's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't in this film much, but I absolutely love the moment whenever you see Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Willis in one scene. Whenever there's just action in the third act, it is awesome. Just something I never thought we'd see, but we've got it. You know, it's like having the Terminator, John McClane, and Rambo, in one thing, which, to say the least, is quite badass. And also Chuck Norris, whenever you see him, his introduction playing the good, the bad, and the ugly thing, it's one of the coolest introductions I've seen in a dumb, fun action movie, which is what the Expendables 2 is. And I also like the villain, Jean-Claude Van Damme, if that's how you pronounce his name properly. I'm sure it is. You know, there are times where you do kind of misunderstand what he's saying due to his voice and speech. I mean, you do get that with some action stars at times with Sylvester Stallone as well. So, and also, I like how they just bring just a little bit of Liam Hemsworth, because spoilers, he dies in this movie. He's not like one of the real leaders, and also Dolph Lundgren. I mean, is he a is he a great actor? No, but do I have fun with him in this movie? Yes, I do. Now the plot isn't very good, guys. It isn't that great to say the least, and also the some of the dialogue isn't very good. And at times you do see some callbacks to some of their actors' movies. With Arnold Schwarzenegger, "I'll be back." You know, And another thing what I really like compared to the first and third film is that this film completely takes its own time, um, from scene to scene. It completely just takes its own time. Because in the opening scene there was action, and in the finale there was action. It really does take its time to get things going, which is something what I like during an action movie. And I think Expendables 2 has that. So overall, guys, I don't have much to say. Expendables 2, it's not a film that is as good as like some of the action films from the 80s and the 90s, but this is a film that pretty much just likes to make fun of those movies by bringing all the action stars from those movies, and you combine it into this film, and overall it's a blast. If you haven't seen the Expendables films, I mean, I do recommend the second because it's easily the best and the only one that I like. So there you go. That was my review on the Expendables 2. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this. I mean, also, what's your favorite of the Expendables films? Even if it's not this one, still interested to know. Let me know in the comments below. And hey, I just thought, why not review this since there's a fourth one coming out, so it makes sense to do this video. But anyways, if you're new here, I'm from the UK. I like to do movie reviews occasionally because movies is my big hobby. And as always, if you're new, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share the video, notify that bell before you leave. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace.